Hey guys, it is Amy, the relocated tourist, coming to you live once again from my office. It is Saturday, January 11th, 2020, and if you've been following any of my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, you know that I ran the half marathon this morning. Yay me! Yes, very proud of that. Very exhausted. You guys don't see the medal. You probably saw it online, probably saw it from a billion. I have my shirt on. Oh, there we go. Cute, right? So there's the medal. Awesome, right? And then there's the ribbon. It's pretty cool. So yeah. Gosh, where to start? So I got up pretty early, was out the door by 3:30, got to Epcot about 3:45, and Craig was dropping me off because it just gets chaotic and there's just so much standing around before you actually run that I normally just don't have him stay with. Sometimes I wish I did because I got a little lonely today. It's kind of one of those moments I had where there can be thousands of people around you literally and you feel alone. It was a little weird feeling today. So I know lots of people in the community. I just don't belong to any of the running groups, which is my fault. So I'm gonna have to probably, I don't know, think about doing one of that because this time it was like, hello. So anyway, Craig dropped me off and I was basically in the area where the DJ plays and had gotten through security and didn't need to use the, stinky porta potties yet. So I just kind of hung out. And so I've learned to sit on my rear end, whether it be on the ground or a picnic table. They have like 6 picnic tables of like 40,000 runners. So everybody's on the ground just sitting there and my back just doesn't do well with that. And I'm feeling a little bit of that today, this afternoon. So I have been popping the ibuprofen quite a bit today just to try to straighten out the pain. So anyway, sat on the ground for a while, couldn't handle it anymore, got up, just walked around, found a friend that was here. She's doing it with a charity and that was awesome to connect with Darby. So shout out to Darby. She did awesome as well. And she was really cute. She had her little Haunted Mansion, Foolish Mortals outfit going on, very adorable. And that's kind of, I did have other people there, but it's not like unless you have specific places to meet somebody, there's just so many people, you guys. I mean, like I said, it's probably 40,000, if not more, runners. So imagine that just in an area of like an Epcot parking lot. And then it's not even just the whole parking lot, it's just one little section to the right. So you just kind of stand there like, and there's a lot of people like me, I noticed, that just kind of looked, not lost, just like you're ready to run and the adrenaline starts to kind of mount up and you just want to get going. And it's very frustrating when you have to kind of sit there and be like, okay, so my corral's not even up. So they started to load corrals. It's usually about an hour. The race was starting at 5:30 a.m. This is where things got interesting. So everybody winds up, I'm just saying you as myself, we go into this long walk to our corrals. And basically it's seriously like a 20-minute walk to get out to your corral. And that alone takes a while. So by the time I got out to my corral, it was like 10 after 5. And of course my stomach starts to rumble and I'm like, oh no. Every runner knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm like, okay, I need to find a porta potty immediately. Got business taken care of, but it is such anxiety. You guys have no idea when you stand in these long lines of like 30, 40 people each. And you can hear the DJ on the end where you run under the starting line and they're like, hey, welcome, Corral A. And I'm in Corral F. So it's okay that A is going, but the problem is that everybody kind of shifts up in waves. And so you want to get in F so that, I don't think there's anyone behind us. Like G and H were actually on a different side of the road to be, kind of let go once we were all through. But oh my gosh. So I'm get out of the porta potty and I'm just like, okay, I gotta get in my corral. I got, it's just so much anxiety just getting there. And there is a line, you guys, of like 100, if not 200 people all the way down behind the porta potties lining the fence that goes into the corral. So when you go into a corral, they have to have volunteers check your letter to make sure that you're not corral jumping or you just mistake, you're in the wrong corral, whatever. People like to corral jump, which means try to get in the, ahead of themselves, because honestly, anything probably A through D, you can stop for characters. You just have more time to enjoy, because in my corral, it's about 3:15 half marathon. So 3 hours, I mean. So we don't really have the luxury of just kind of sitting around doing characters. It's a whole thing. I will get to that. So this line takes another like 25 minutes. So as I'm in line to even get into my corral spot, into the area, they say, Corral F, are you ready? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not even in my corral. And I can't even get into it because I have a line of 100 people in front of me getting into it. And so I don't know if the volunteers were checking slower this year, but everybody around me said it's never been like this. I've never had this situation ever. I've just walked in with hordes of people into my corral, and they're just scanning bibs, not checking one by one. I don't really know if someone snuck in, if it's that big a deal. It's not right. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying, for holding up people and the anxiety that you get because you're just so worried that you're going to, I don't even know how to say it, miss your corral, miss your run, whatever it is. It's just so much anxiety. So I finally get in there, and then I swear to you guys, we walk like a half a mile just to meet up with the rest of Corral F. And Corral F just seemed like it was huge. I don't know if we were one of the biggest ones or if they're equal, all the corrals, but I swear to you, F just seemed like it was 1.5 miles long. So what they do is they don't just like 3, 2, 1, Donald, says his little spiel. They do that like I don't know how many minutes it is, but every so few minutes they shoot off the fireworks again. And the reason being is because the first, wave of Corral F was, literally while I was in line back by the porta potties. And so you're talking like thousands and thousands and thousands of people before me. And so you just can't push that obviously many through at the same time and be able to see the amazing start of the race. So finally I get to the starting line, and by this point it's like, I don't know, it's like 6:15. I'd have to go look and see what time I actually crossed the starting line. I normally hit I sometimes have my phone right here. I know I carry it, but I usually hit Runkeeper. And for those of you who followed me in my marathon, I don't really run them during races anymore. I might have done for Space Coast, but I get so nervous I'm going to run my battery down, and I need that music so much that I would rather have the music versus the whatever. So I didn't even check to see like what time, and everybody was good about that. And I was like, no, let's just start this thing. Let me just get across the starting line. So I get across the starting line, and I'm good to go, and I'm in my zone. Everything's good. Now the humidity, very high, very, very high. So all I have to refer to right now and compare is Space Coast. I have not run Disney since 2015. So forgive me if in the last 4 to 5 years something has changed that I did not know. But at Space Coast, they have a water station at every mile, and that is imperative during this humidity. It is so incredibly important because most of us do not carry water with us because of these water stations. Makes sense, right? I didn't bring my water bottle or my belt. I thought about it, and I was like, I just don't know if it's even, it weighs me down a little bit, and it's just anything you can do to like lighten your load for a half marathon, do it. So all that to say is that I get to mile 1 and they have the water station. I'm like, sweet. And I take my little bit of Gatorade, a little bit of water. I'm good. Now I'm waiting for mile 2. I didn't take any kind of caffeine, pick me up, anything, something on my lip. Anything. I didn't take anything before the race except a protein bar, like 30 minutes. At that point, probably an hour and a half ago, so I've already probably burned my energy off on it. So I was feeling the need to have some type of pick-me-up, whether I had a couple of my jelly beans or something. So I'm thinking, well, I'll just get some more water or Gatorade at Station 2 or Mile 2. Mile 2 comes, no water, no Gatorade, nothing. They don't have it until Mile 3 again. And there was a medic tent between 1 and 3, and it was right after the Magic Kingdom Auto Plaza area. And a lot of people, and myself included, were like, do you just have a glass of water? Like, I just need a glass of water. I wanted to take something that I had on me as well, but it needed water. And they're like, no, it's a quarter mile. You got to get the water a quarter mile. And of course, I'm sure they were like, they're going to get overrun with people taking water from the medic tent, and that's not what they're there for. But I needed that moment. So I was a little miffed that, okay, fine, run the quarter mile. I get to Mile 3, have my water, have my Gatorade, but it didn't seem like it was every single mile. And a little side note here, I mean, I just spent $200 for a half marathon. Dopey spends around $595, which is all the races. And then everybody spends theirs in between this, between a 5K and, a challenge. My point being, Disney, you're making millions off this. And I realize by the way, everybody who works on water stations, the majority of them are volunteers. And they get a sweet deal. I had a friend who volunteered a while back that if you do like a couple events, you get a free ticket. So it's a great deal. Like, people rush to volunteer for this kind of stuff. So that being said, it's not like they're paying anybody to hand this water out. Yes, they have cast members on the route and whatnot, but really it's all volunteers. They have security. I realize their costs, but millions they have to be making on this. You can put a water station at every mile. So finally get to 3, I take my stuff, I start having some jelly beans, I'm feeling a little bit pick-me-up, and then we're getting into Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is my absolute favorite part. I choke up. I did look at the trolley tracks, guys, and made sure I did not break an ankle. For a while, I was just running right down the middle of Main Street, USA, which was amazing. And then I always have to tell myself, Amy, remember the moment, enjoy the moment. So I did go take, it is the ugliest picture. It's on my personal Facebook page, not on TRT, but of me in front of the castle, wrinkles and all, because I never get a picture. And so they run us through Tomorrowland and then through Fantasyland, and then we come through the back of the castle, which is awesome, go through the castle, which is even cooler. And they did have a photo pass area there right at the bottom, but there were so many people waiting for a picture that I was just like, I can't, gamble with my time like so many can, because I don't want to get swept. So I said, no, it's not meant for me today. I already got an ugly selfie. We're good. So I take off and we go through, I'm totally drawing a blank. Liberty Square, we go through the back, and then we go past Splash Mountain, and then we go down behind there. What was really cool is they had parade floats out. They had a couple characters back there. They had Chicken Little back there. Clarabelle Cow, I think, or the guy, her husband, I don't know, Horace, is that it? I think he was back there. There were so many cool characters, like Clopin and Esmeralda from Hunchback were the first 2, and that was the hardest. You guys, I don't have a Clopin. That was the absolute hardest to run by and be like, no, not meant for me, because I love Hunchback of Notre Dame. So that stunk. Anyway, so I got through Magic Kingdom, got through the back, and it was usually I call the back road of World Showcase. Not World Showcase, World Drive. That is what Reams Road back there, and it's Grand Floridian, shades of green area back there. It kind of comes back by the Hess gas station, comes around Magic Kingdom. I like to call it the Death March. And the reason I call it the Death March is because it just, when the sun is out, it just seems there's not a lot of shade. There's not a whole lot to look at, but an ugly parking lot, and they're digging up a whole bunch of stuff where the Speedway used to be. So I don't know what they're doing over there. The Jeff Gordon Raceway or whatever the heck it was called. They're digging a bunch of stuff over there. I don't know what they're doing. So that was really nothing to look at. And then it's like, oh, look, we can see what gas prices are today at the gas station. It's really nothing to look at. So we get out of there, and then my biggest kind of my drag into Slay is the turnaround that comes around to Epcot. that is where I almost got swept. I told the story yesterday's blog about how I came all the way around, got up to the bridge, looked down on World Drive, and there was nobody there. And there had been thousands of people behind me, and I thought, oh my gosh, I almost just got swept. So I saw those buses parked there today, and I was just like, not today, Satan, not today. So I got up and around, I felt comfortable, there were people around me, so I thought, I got this, and I did. So when I got up on the bridge, I took pictures of the people below and waved to them and cheered them on, and was happy that I was on top this year. Or what that says. Anyway, so then went to Epcot, and then Craig's texting me like, you know, where are you at? And with so many people, it's important to definitely tell your friends and family like where you're going to end up after the race. Number one. Number two, where you're at. You know, they can follow they track you like, I think it's like every 5K. So, but it really doesn't tell you your exact, and there's so many people that were coming in with my corral that I was like, I don't know if he's ever gonna even see me in this. So I just kept telling him, and what was such a bummer is when I came over the Epcot, their Auto Plaza, that's the last hill, which just, by the way, just stinks when you're like, I think that was mile 11, and you get down, and then you're finally hitting 12 in Epcot, and you're like, okay, I am in Epcot, like this is it, this is the end. Well, at Princess, we run down the hill, we go around, we came around Spaceship Earth, we went down and around, we came out, and boom, I realized with construction, but we were there, like that was the finish. And all of a sudden, we're going behind Imagination and the Land. We come out by Imagination, that corner back there, and they turn us right to World Showcase. And I'm like, do I have to run all over World Showcase yet? Like, by this point, when you hit around 12, you're just like, okay, I paid to do this. I paid for this torture. So it's fun, it's cool, it's, you know, it is exciting to see all the people, all the tourists who are in, and they're all clapping for you, so that feels really good. So that was really nice, but otherwise it's kind of like, it's just hard. So I got through all of that, and I'm trying to text Craig, and he's like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm on the side of Mexico now. Okay, now I'm under Test Track. And then finally they took us under Test Track behind the back there, and then came around, and then the finish line was right there. I couldn't find them worth my life. It's trying to scan a crowd. It's just as hard for them to scan runners. Like, you can actually get dizzy after a while watching so many runners. So I always have the biggest, brightest, goofiest smile, more than this, of like, oh my God, I did it. Like, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. I did it, I'm alive. I didn't get swept. I should sit up more, sorry. I was just so excited that A, to be alive, B, it was over. C, Craig always gets me a special lunch on my race days, so I was so hungry, and I was so happy that I was gonna get that and go home and just chill. So found the family okay, you know, I got my medal. They give you a cold, like, little neck towel, so that's kind of nice, like a cooling towel. You get this little Run Disney box with some snacks. I just had the chips and dip out of it. And your free banana, of course. And that's it. You can kind of, there's other festivities, but it's so many people. Again, I don't know how to describe how many people there are at this race, that it's very difficult to then find your family and friends. So Craig and I are trying to find each other. We found each other, get the pictures, get the heck out of there. I applaud everybody who decides they want to stay at Epcot for the day. I know some do, because they just sort of like, I don't need a shower, or they go back to the resort and then they come back after they showered and come in, whatever. I need the day to recover. I know you should, I'll probably go take a walk this afternoon, just do a lap outside, just to get kind of everything working again. I got Kim coming tomorrow, and so I've got a whole little Disney vacation coming up here that I need to be recovered for, but also ready for. So just trying to get all that done, and it was amazing. I did think during the whole thing, though, that I don't know how much I'd run Disney in the future. I would like to do Disneyland, and I still would like to do Food and Wine. Now this one's checked off the list. So it was a little different route than Princess, which is next month. I'm not doing that one, but I have done that one twice. and a much different route for Star Wars that I've done. The Star Wars one's nice because it went through studios and Animal Kingdom, so I was really happy that I've hit all the parks now. I've been able and blessed to be able to run all the parks. There is something special about it because you just feel this sense of accomplishment while you're running through the happiest place on earth, and you know, something that I'm in all the time walking around anyway. Now I smile every time I'm in these parks because I know what moments I felt what when I was running through them, so it's very special. So, all that to say, I am beat. I have had my amazing lunch. My husband went and got me, and I was really happy. Craig and both girls came. They're young adults now. Sometimes it's hard to get up, and I was hoping they would, and they both came, and I was really happy. It's just nice to check it off the list now and hang the medal on my big bar of medals. I think it's number maybe 20, 21, I don't know. And my next race is for Excalibur, the Renaissance medal. So if anyone knows me, I love a good Renaissance fair, and I love just the whole Shakespeare Renaissance period. So this one will be fun. I'm actually running 2 of them in March, and I can't think of the city right now, but it's called Excalibur. So I've run it before. There you go. So I have stuff to do. I'm going to work on the birthday club today. I think I've got a name for it. So if you'd like to be part of the birthday club, just private message me your birthday, or you can leave it in the comments on Facebook. Don't leave them on here. Or you can, like I said, just message me that. I was just trying to keep it private for anybody wanting to keep it private. I realize these days you could probably Google someone's birthday at this point, but I just try to protect people's privacy as much as I can. Yeah, so today is just going to be more chilling, working on that stuff. Please make sure to like this video if you liked it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I am still trying to get to 1,000. Thank you for getting me to 300. That was awesome. I was really, really happy about that. I was really happy I actually got to 307. At least people who are in the millions, and I didn't want to expect to ever get there. I'm just happy at the progress I'm making thus far. So thank you for everyone who watches these videos. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate your comments. I do appreciate the criticism as well, and I appreciate you. So I hope you have an amazing Saturday. It feels like a Sunday, but it's Saturday. Have an amazing Saturday, and go be kind to someone, okay? Love you. Bye.